Want candy now?
What is going on, everybody? And Nasdorachi coming back at you today with another episode for Dragon Ball Legends. Now, overnight last night, we did get the PvP reset, so we are now moving into the 6th incarnation of the PvP seasons. And with that becomes new rewards. As you can see, my entire UI is designed around the beautiful Baeteen waifu material number 1, of course. And you can see I'm positioned inside the bomb right now, the bomb that's inside the android. So we have a great appreciation for Android 18. Now, the EX one that you're getting is going to be farmable in 2 different places, both PvE and PvP. So in this video we're going to quickly cover all the changes that came with this rolling into the new PvP season. Most of you guys can probably read that stuff yourself, so it's not going to be anything extraordinary. And then we're going to get into a damage challenge with our boy Gohan here. So you guys probably already know, it's a little late information on this regard, but there is a challenge that we're seeing again in the Android 19 event, where you have to do 2 million damage with Rising Rush. Now, I have covered this type of challenge before with, honestly, the same team that I'm going to be using now, just with a few altercations to the bench and one different swap on the active slot. So we're going to go in and we're going to be trying to get the highest damage that I can possibly get, just flat out, with what I currently have unlocked. So it may not be the highest damage possible, period, but I do have Gohan with all of the strike damage soul boost tiles purchased. I'm missing 1 or 2 of the crit tiles on the very last, most recent page, and other than that, I pretty much have everything unlocked for him, and he is the focal point of this team. Generally, your strategy is going to be to let Piccolo die and just set yourself up with the meatiest Rising Rush combo you possibly can. And hopefully we're going for over 5.5 million. As the title of the video probably suggests, we're going to be trying to push the absolute limit here. I think the highest I've seen on Reddit is somewhere in the above 5 million range. So that's what we're shooting for. So to quickly cover the updates to the game itself here, we do have the new Scout Battle. This is the PvE way of farming the Android 18. And they have changed a few things and kind of freshened up the Scout Battle a little bit. So as you can see, there's an EX 1, 2, 3, and 4 stage to this battle right here, which to my understanding is a new change, is a fresh kind of experience for these Scout Battles. Normally they're super easy, and if you bring a level team, chances are you might not even be able to do all the challenges because the enemy usually dies before you can even get them done. So this is a little refreshing here. I'm sure it still won't be difficult, but again, for people that generally don't like the PvP as much, this will give you a nice PvE way of farming this card up to 7 stars. And along with that, you also get plenty of the green soul boost materials, which is useful not only for soul boosting this 18, should you choose to do that, but you can take them and bring them to Piccolo, Cooler, Ginyu, or any other green unit that you may want to invest the soul orbs into. So that's pretty useful as well, just for green characters in general, but nothing too kind of out of the ordinary there, except for the new difficulties, and again, a good way for PvE players to farm up some characters for free. Next up here, we do have the number 6 Space-Time Duel, so this is the PvP reset. With this, instead of getting the trunks and the equipment for Hybrid Saiyans, we are again now getting Android 18 and some reasonable equipment for androids here. You got gold piece for 17.5% critical buff, up to 15% blast defense buff, and up to 12.5% strike attack. And then the base critical, there's a range to that one as well, but if you can get almost 20% bonus to your crit, that is not bad at all. The blast defense is more of a supportive function, not really what I'd like to see, but this piece here looks like it's going to favor Android 18 or 19 the most, being that it's more physically inclined with the strike attack buff. So again, this is something good for those 2 androids to equip. Potentially other androids in the future. We don't know what Cell's looking like, or even further down 13 or Super 17 or Android 8 if they do a throwback to Dragon Ball. So definitely good to farm a few of these up and kind of hold them on reserve. With the missions, so if you go to the missions tab, we're going to have these new missions right here that you're seeing in the middle of the screen. Those are going to net you another free-to-play multi-summon, as well as some training stuff and different rising souls and rare metals. So you're going to want to knock those out. None of them are particularly difficult. They are winning battles, which you can do in casual match. Up to 8 matches you have to win. Just playing matches in general will nail you some of the challenges. Using red characters and I believe blue characters, as well as androids, is 3 other brackets of challenges. So not too difficult to knock that out. And again, depending on how well you rank, you can earn up to, for rank 50, 1,000,000 Zenny and 2,000 new fresh exchange medals all over again. So if you have the time and you like PvP, I would generally recommend grinding out to at least 50. You may not want to chase a spot in the top 1,000 for these extra rewards right here, but again, if you have the time and you are devoted enough to the game, then the more time you put in, the more you get back. So I appreciate the devs for that. Definitely no complaints from me coming on that note. And Sparking Spirit Bomb Goku, he's still available, so nothing new and exciting there. The maintenance notice there about intentional network disconnection is just kind of them reiterating a message we've seen before, imploring people to not cheat, telling you that you could potentially get banned, or at the very least lose all of your rating points and rewards for a season. So please don't cheat. I hate cheating. I dislike seeing it. It ruins the game, it divides the population up, and just generally pisses people off and makes the experience kind of crappy. So if you can avoid it, please don't cheat. Now, if you're just using the APK to fast reroll, I personally don't have any problems with PvE related exploits that help the game out. I don't recommend them. I can never recommend them, but you know, the game is online, they still might see that and ban you, but just don't take exploits to PvP. Please, for the love of God. That's the last time I'm going to say that. And moving forward, we have more story missions. So the part 2, where you are now kind of expanding your knowledge of the story here. We're learning more about Frieza's intentions, having to team up with him to kind of make moves on whoever's pulling the strings on the Frieza Force. So that's been updated. There are some pretty cute or funny moments in the story where they make some kind of jabs at some social issues with race and species of aliens and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty entertaining, but no spoilers, but there's no major moves forward in the story yet. Just kind of more to do, more to farm. Nothing kind of groundbreaking going on there. And that's pretty much all of the game updates. You know, there might have been some various bug fixes and other little stuff, but again, that's about it there. I did also earn my guaranteed sparking ticket, so I'm going to use those 5 tickets to do a summon at the end of the video, and we're going to kind of jump forward into that next thing that I wanted to show you guys, which was the damage test. So again, many of you may have already completed this, but just for fun, I'm going for high numbers. Let me know down in the comments what the biggest numbers you've seen on your Rising Rush going for this challenge are, what you're capable of. I'd love to know. If you get more than what I get, definitely let me know, do some bragging, and let me be a little bit salty. But as well, if you're having problems getting the challenge done, feel free to comment below. Now, this challenge is doable without this Gohan team, but for the purple androids that we're fighting against, it is just ideal. And Gohan honestly is, right now, because of the way that he can stack buffs on himself and gain and benefit an additional buff from when Piccolo dies, he is capable of the highest damage output, just burst damage, using all of his buffs stacked together. And this transfers over to Rising Rush as well. So even though the card definitely does have some downsides, like his key recovery is not great, and his usage of key attacks, or the yellow card, is also not great, he is capable again of some really amazing damage numbers. So we're going to jump in here again to the Android event. We're doing EX6 because otherwise Piccolo is almost immortal. Even though he has a type disadvantage, he really can never die. And going over the team I'm using real quick here, just to kind of let you guys know. I'm using the Gohan obviously as the lead character. Now he doesn't lead the fight, we lead with Piccolo because we want Piccolo to collect the Dragon Balls and then ultimately die. Then we have Hero Pan on the active unit slot for a very, very specific reason, and that's just her main ability. She can at will summon an additional blue card to your hand, so ideally you're going to have 2 blue cards in your hand and a red card and a green card. You pop the green card with Gohan, you pop his main ability, then you dive right into the Rising Rush with the red card and 2 blue cards, and then the 4th card is the one that you'll end up picking to be the contest card. But that's basically the modus operandi here. Piccolo dies, Pan summons extra blue card, you have your hand set up a very specific way so that Gohan can just maximize his damage output, and then you want to ideally hit the weakest android of the bunch because he's got the lowest defensive stats. So that's what we're shooting for here. On the bench side of things, we've got the new Heart Virus Goku. He's an amazing bench character for Yellow, and as far as I know, he's the only character that buffs Yellow Team's strike damage output. So he's a gimme, you must have to kind of increase your damage on this setup here. The Hero Gohan just buffs the crit of the Sparking Gohan, so not really anything better to put in the slot, so we threw him in there. And the Nappa, interestingly enough, is only unique in this situation. His Z ability specifically increases damage against Purple type, which is what we're fighting here, so that's kind of why he's here as well. Now that I've explained everything about how to do this, I can kind of edit right to the juicy part where I've got everything going on and everything's lined up well, so I won't have to bore you or waste any more of you guys' time. We're going to jump into the stage itself here, and again, skip right to the part where all the good stuff happens. And the last thing I want to mention is on Gohan, I'm using the hybrid Saiyan equipment, I believe. Either way, it's Gohan only, actually. The one where Gohan's on it, like Leave My Dad Alone, I think is what it's called. But that gold equipment for Gohan. And I'm using the Heart Virus Goku bronze equipment, because it, specifically for this setup, boosts what we need Gohan to do between strike damage and special move damage. So again, I'll see you after the cut. Alright you guys, so we're pretty much set up here. We've got the green card with the final Dragon Ball on it. We killed the strongest android. Now we just need to get Pan's hero card out and let her die as well. I'm not 100% sure if you guys are aware of this. I'm sure some of you are. But the Rising Rush in this game works very similar to the X Factor from Marvel vs. Capcom or the Sparking Blast from Dragon Ball FighterZ, Z Fighters. But the less characters you have alive and the less health you have left, the more damage you are ultimately going to do. So let's go ahead and activate this Rising Rush and see what our numbers here are. Again, everything was perfect. We want to pick out the yellow card, so we maximize his damage. We use the main ability and the green card into the 2 blues and the red lead-in card. And our final numbers there were 5.3 million, you guys. So over 5 million damage Rising Rush. The android that's still alive here must be the lowest level one. It's almost impossible to tell them apart once the battle starts. But we'll cut one more time to that very end step to see if we can hit much closer to 6 million. But again, let me know what you guys' damage output is down below. With 5 point whatever million that we just had, we've more than doubled the amount you need for the challenge. So we're just going for savage numbers at this point. So again, let me know what numbers you got down below. Let me know if you guys are struggling with this challenge. If you are able to do this team that I'm using or a variation of it, you should have no problems whatsoever. Alternatively, you could maybe go with a Krillin Goku, kind of Krillin dying and buffing Goku type setup. That may work for you. Or a Vegeta buff, especially if you have the new yellow EX Vegeta. That's definitely viable right there as well. So let me know in the comments how you're faring, and let's see if we can get one more chance with a higher number. You'll probably see me after a cut. After that, we'll do the pull. Alright, one more time you guys. Let's get everything going here. Main ability, green card, Rising Rush. When he's hung up in a yellow card, can't do anything about it. This is the weakest android here, so let's see what the numbers are. Drum roll. And what the hell. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. We got everything lined up. Green card. Main ability. Rising Rush. Let's hit the weak one. This is the weakest one right here. Pick the red card. As long as he doesn't pick the same card as me, then we can be done with this. Alright. Damage numbers. Drum roll. 5.94 million.
Now that's a lot of damage!
We were so close. If Gohan just had a little bit less health, we would be breaking 6 million damage, you guys. We were so close. We could totally do that.
How about a little more?
The numbers! No! Well, my battery's getting low on my phone, you guys. We did about everything we possibly could have there, but if I just had a couple more Soul Boost tiles unlocked on Gohan on the very last page, we would easily be able to break 6 million damage in one Rising Rush. If you guys have been able to do it, let me know what your numbers are, how they stack up against mine, and again, if you have any problems with the challenges, leave a comment. I will try to respond to you. Let us finish this video off with a guaranteed summon ticket. Now I have all 5 of these units. I would most prefer to get an Android 17 or 18 duplicate because I have a couple copies of Krillin and Goku, and Vegeta. So I guess we'll find out here. Either of the 2 androids would please me the most. Doesn't really matter which one. Probably 17. I'll take another 17, honestly. He synergizes better with purple teams than what we already have out right now. So, guaranteed animation. You knew it was going to be something good, but nothing out of the ordinary. And... no way!
It's free real estate.
No way I went through. That's the 3rd time in a row when I go... oh, man. Alright, well, I hope you guys have been having great luck as well on any pulls that you guys have been making. No troll pulls, hopefully. I wish every one of you the Ultra Fire summoning luck on all these tickets, any other pulls you may do. I think I'm going to start saving these crystals, you guys, for the next banner. I'd really like to see Android 16, maybe Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, maybe Semi-Perfect Cell, some incantation of that. I don't know if Semi-Perfect Cell deserves a sparking rarity or not, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think the units on the next banner are going to be? Do you think they're going to go further into the androids and Cell route? Do you think they're going to deviate with a possible Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT content? What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Again, I hope you guys have been having all the best luck in this game and a great week as well. Anything else, let me know down in the comments. If you're new here, I'd love to see you again on future videos, so consider subscribing so you can see my beautiful face and all these beautiful face cams every few days or so. And if you like the video, consider leaving a thumbs up. It definitely helps me out. All this stuff is unscripted and I'm just trying to help you guys out, so if you feel like returning the favor, amazing, but if not, no worries. Again, I hope you guys have a great day, and until the next video, which may be some PvP stuff or some other information, I guess we'll find out here. I will see you next time, and shoot for that 6 million Rising Rush damage, you guys. Have a good one, and peace out, y'all.